Hey, fifth graders, I am out today, but I do want to talk to you about your challenge. So you guys really have an amazing task ahead of you working with Stantec, our engineer friends. But it's going to be complex because we're doing such a big project and we're really going to be focusing on how can we communicate with each other as we move through the rest of the year. So just like we did last week, you're going to be passing information to the next class coming in and back and forth. So whatever you're doing in the labs or whatever you're learning about plants, whether it's in science or engineering, I want you guys to take all that information in and clearly communicate it with each other. So today, you guys, each group is going to get a binder. So this binder is going to be your engineering team binder, and it's going to be for not only this rotation, but when you guys move on to music, this binder will be passed to the next group of fifth graders coming in, and you're going to have to review all of the things that you've done, all of your notes, all of your work that you've done, so they can continue where you left off. So make sure you put your names on the front. So today, when you get these, you guys can get a piece of regular paper, and I don't care how you do this, maybe just one person does it, but just a simple name sheet for your team and your team for the rest of the year. And then on the inside, you're going to see a few different items. So you're going to see that you have your challenge with your criteria constraints. Get that out of the way, right? You guys know that. You always want to go back to that to remember what we're doing. But we also have some pages like this collaborative conversation chart, which is right here. Okay, there's a lot of communicating, a lot of talking done. So with the sub today, I want you to go over this chart in detail and how do we communicate, okay? We also on this page have sentence starters, sentence frames. So for example, they use words like I observed, I noticed, or can you ask questions like can you explain to me, or I agree with you, or I agree with this because. So look at these sentence frames, and when you're talking with your group, that's what I want a kind of conversation that's going to help you. So when they come in, make sure that you have this in front of you. You're going to talk to the new group about the communication because that's what we're doing today. Since we're learning how to communicate formally and transfer information from one group to another, that's what you're going to write down, and that's how you're going to, this is the information you're going to share with that next group. So the other thing is that you need to tell the group coming in is the engineer notes. So you'll find in your binder the engineering notes, and you'll see that it's from week 1 through week 12. So this is going to take us 12 weeks to build these grow walls and get this project done. So last week was week 1. I want you to fill in. So by group 2 people, you guys are going to fill in week 1 from last week. So anything that you remember from last week, fill those notes in. And this is week 2. So any progress that you made, notes, data, important information, plans, anything that needs to be communicated. So something has to be down on this paper because you are in here for an hour and you are doing things. Okay, that's what you need to tell the next group coming in. What were you doing? Where is the progress on this challenge? Where is the progress within your own part? So if you're working on this particular pipe, what did you guys design? What did you plan? How far did you get? All of that needs to be clearly communicated. Because last week when I asked the kids from group 1 that came in, none of them knew what group 2 had told them. Not one kid understood any of the communication that happened, and I don't want to see that again. So you guys are going to take a good 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes, to fill out this communication form before they get here. So I'll have the sub stop the class at about, you guys are going to be over here. So stop the class about 9:55 and focus on the communication piece. So 9:55, you guys need to be talking, and there needs to be one note taker who's taking the notes as you're having the discussion. But this is not a job for one. This is a job for your entire group, which is your table. Okay, your group is at your table to talk, communicate, and write. So you decide who the note taker is, but everyone contributes to the conversation, okay? And your goal in mind is to make sure the kids coming in understand where you're at with the project. All right, the other thing that I want you to do today is we are going to have this piece of paper, which is very large. Check it out. It's huge in your binder. This is your plan for the entire grow wall. So this is going to be over over the next 3 months, over all the 5th graders are going to have a piece of this. Let me show you what I want you to do today. So I just want you to start organizing your information. Once you guys go over the communication stuff, you can start your designing. So notice how I have this broken up, and this will be on the board. But we have, we have group 5, 6 here. We're doing the pump system. I'm sorry, 5 and 6. Our group 3 and 4 are doing the frame system, and you guys are down here. So you guys are doing the pipe system. So this is where you're going to be working. You're not going to work anywhere else except for this. So you're going to draw your design on your piping here. Okay, so that way when the other groups come in, and by the end of the school year, this will be an entire plan for your grow wall. All right, so that will be left out for what is that? And what else? Oh, yeah. So in Google Classroom, that's why I'm here. You guys have all of these videos to watch today. So you need to understand about all of the different kinds of gardening systems that are out there and really understand like how hydroponics works specifically, okay? You guys are going to be working on your design of your baskets as well. So maybe, remember, maybe you have 2 people working on the pipes at your table and the other 2 are working on the baskets in Tinkercad. You need to divide and conquer the work, okay? Or pass that off to the next class. Maybe they're going to be doing the baskets. So anyway, you guys figure out how to divide the labor and communicate how you're dividing the labor. You know that you're in charge of piping systems. You need to know how far the hole spacing is going to be between each one, which means you need to know how much room those plants need to grow. Once you've decided on a plant that were suited for aquaponics, look up that plant and say, how much room do they need to grow? Like, what's the planting space between plants? And that will help you with your hole spacing. You also have some pieces of pipe that you can practice on, like how do you measure and mark for drilling. When we come back next week, we're going to drill the holes in those pipes. So you need to be able to make sure that you're measuring it. You know that the spacing is going to work, okay? Have fun. I wish I could be here with you guys. I really do. I think this is going to be such an amazing project, but I'm off learning some really cool things I hope I could bring back to you. And the last thing is I'm going to try to get another screencast done in Tinkercad if you guys need a little bit of assistance on how to make those baskets. Let's watch my video on that. I'll get that posted right away. It'll be here. I'll post it here under the Hydroponic Grow Wall Challenge, okay? All right, you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.